Oh, welcome back to Newbie Farm, the Newbie Farm Challenge, on with which I am attempting the last 2 years using vanilla DLCs and a couple of other mod packs. There's the Massey, which I'm not using anything from, and there's also the Straw add-on, which I'm also not using anything from. But the only thing I'm using from any of the DLCs is the tractor here, which is the from the Modern Classics pack. Right, what we're going to be doing is I'm just going to set this up here. Put that to the right width, which is about 3 meters. Yes, make sure there's no offset. Check it over to one side a bit. I think that should do it. That on. We just switch everything on, get everything going. That's there now. Back behind us to do that and that. And now we should be on our way. We're done 16. I finished that up on screen as I said I would. Now we're got the cruise control far too slow for this. Let's just let it fly a bit. That should be about right. Now we may just have to take over when we reach the tree line. I think we're a little bit too close to the trees. We're going to hit them. Right, the whole idea is we start off on here with 20 cows. This is how Cavalier Roy starts it. Newbie Farm, of course, version 4. The one in which he nerfed silage, so I'm going to try and make money on silage. Now, I'm just going to do 2 years on this, so once we've done this year, that's it. We're in the second year now, mid-spring, second year, first cut. This all to make silage, right? Just get the outsides done. I'm hoping we don't hit the cliff too much we're going to, so we're just coming off and just follow this edge round. We'll be able to use the GPS once we've got this first bit done. Now the idea is to last out 2 years with resources given. Roy gives us plenty of bales, enough. It should be just about enough to last us for 2 years, I hope. On both hay and straw. We had a lot of silage, but we used them. When you start this map, just about everything is leased. Line this up with the next. Whoop, no, here, this'll do. Right, we should be able to just let this go. I'm going to do a couple more roundy-go rounds before we start the proper up and down. Now some of this has been ploughed and seeded and some is just ordinary decoration grass. Well, not decoration, but you can actually cuttable decoration grass, which isn't as good as the real thing. Let's just see if we can find out. There we are. I think we're just about the end here, and hopefully we'll soon be having to take the first load back. Now I've only got well, trying to get this right. 3 other series going now, but I am slowing down. But I'm finding doing 4, which is what we're doing at the moment. It's quite straightforward. It gives me a bit more time to myself, so I might stick at 4. And I've got an idea when this one finishes, and hopefully by then seasons will be out, I've another little idea. You may, if you follow the other series, start on Blickling, which is also done on FS17. I'm just starting to go green. Doesn't mean I'm very sick, but I'm not going organic as I did on parts of Aldridge on FS15. I'm actually going to go green, which is slightly different. I will be allowed to use fertilisers and whatever, artificial fertilisers and herbicides, but not to any great extent. I'm thinking about that, and I'm just trying to figure out a British style map I can do it on. And maybe some out there, but I'm basically at the moment I'm only looking on ourselves, FS UK and Mod Hub and stuff. I'm trying to simplify where I'm getting bits from now. And I might go back and use Alien Jim's excellent Mercury farm for it. It's a nice small farm, well put together, and I enjoy it. Or I will do Maple. It'll be one of those two, I think. I can't see anything else. I did have a look at Knucksford on FS UK, which is Pittorius' famous map, which has been drawn about for several alliterations, same as this map actually, of FS Upper Farming Sim. And so as he quotes them all as medium to large fields, I don't want to have big fields. I get bored too easily. Well, I think after this one we should be able to start going up and down. We do it from the bottom end, I think. I did think I may try an American map. There's 7 boys, 7 farms, which doesn't seem too bad. Feels something oversized, and there is one other. Oops, there we go. We're getting close now. Come on. We're there. Go over to that one. Disconnect that. As you can see, I'm not using manual attach. I'm not using too many extra mods at all. Just took them down to not a minimum, because I'm still using a lot, but I've come down to what I normally use. Even here I've got the trailer sound in here. I quite like the rattling of the trailer all the time. I'm probably not too realistic on this, especially when it's full. It wouldn't be rattling that much. Looks like I'm fill up the juice in 11.5 gallons left. Oh yes, I was going through what I've got left. I've got Blickling left, of course, which is going to, I should imagine, see out all of FS19. This because an FS17 map. So I haven't heard anything from Old Boy. I'm guessing he's not doing anything at all for 19, which is a great pity. I do enjoy it though. I will kind of cab to this. I'm not driving 100% realistic or farming 100% realistic on this. Well, for a start, you wouldn't be trying this. Not with this food cows we've got. Let's see. That's the first one in. We should give it 4 or 5 along there with a bit of luck. And there shouldn't be more than that on there. then the long, boring job of trying to flatten it. We should get about to cut this metal before we need to refill. Now the idea of this, I'll come back to this again, I'll go back to what else I'm up to in a moment. The idea of this is just to survive and to get rid of the overdraft. I think I said, but everything was leased. What wasn't leased I sold, and I rebought the stuff I really wanted. We'll go up the other end, and one of the reasons going up the other end is I can switch that on and drop that off, and we get to the corners here, and we'll pick up a bit more of the cut grass. Now this, of course, is working under seasons, which means we can't leave the grass in the field. We can't keep the grass as grass unless we put it in the silo. Because if you do any of that, it disappears in about 2 days. It rots down. And who wants a load of rotten grass? But, yeah, we've got to pick up quite a bit here now. Yes, I was going through what else we're doing. That's on 17. On 19 we're doing Riverview, which is the updated version of this, especially for 19. Renamed Riverview because people thought the name of Newbie, it was too easy to map. It's far from that. I'm using for my family farm series, version 2, which has, I think that actually the other versions have it all, but version 2 certainly has the very, very nerfed return for your crops. I've been playing a bit of that off screen, and I can tell you now, to make money on that, it's going to be hard flaming work, especially if I've got no animals on it yet. Make it easy once we get animals, but at the moment it is hard work. Come to the end here and just pick up the rest of this. That's game extension kicking in. Just gonna turn it around away and just cut a bit more of this off with a bit of luck. Better. Now we should better get round to where I want to be. Don't matter, we can actually miss a few rolls out and pick up later. That's what I'm going to do here. Especially if it's going up and down, it's a bit too tight to get the next one with a 3 metre cut width. And the other thing I'm doing, I'm only doing one 19 one. I really must get a second 19 going at some point. It looks like I'm all the fuss I made about cutting down to 3, it looks like I'm going to do 4 series. I think the other series will be this. In place of this, a Going Green series, where we're going to attempt to farm without using any fertiliser, any herbicides. I will have already set up farm over there. I'm not quite so much an idiot as going to try that without any animals. As we need the animals for the muck, cows and pigs mainly. It's just about finding the right farm. I think actually, I was thinking about, I think actually Maple might be the right one. Latest version of Maple, but I may well wait until seasons come out. Because it makes it a lot easier to, not easier, but makes it better to keep up to date with it. If you plan it with seasons, you know what whereabouts in the year you are and what you should be doing. Oh, it soon start bunging in the bits we missed, which are quite a bit. Then the excitement of compacting all this. I reckon after this will be 2 more load. Possibly 2.5. I don't think it's going to be too much more than that. We hope. Well, we want a lot because we need to get the money. I think this or the next cut will be, or roll will be the limit for this trailer full. I think looking the way the diesel's disappearing, we better fill up this time. That's gonna be touch and go. Will we get the end there? 96, 97, 98. We're full. Luckily we're doing this on the first opportunity cutting, so we're not actually destroying any grass. If I was to wait to the second cut, well, I'll get more grass, but I'll only get 2 cuts really a year. This way I can get the full 3. Because frankly on this one there isn't a lot to do, because it's cleaning the cows, feeding the cows, putting the straw down for the cows, collecting the eggs, and this sort of work, and that's it. But it's an interesting experiment. So as I say, I'm trying that on 19, because it suddenly hit me on 17, I mean about going green. It suddenly hit me because on, as I said, on 15 I had certain of my fields which were organic. Just going quiet with them back in there. See how much we've got here, because right up the axles at 48%. Check that the right way. Hit that. Yeah, we'll get 2 more in there. So we can actually go in front there. The only reason I'm doing it like this, and I'll just check I have dropped that down, because it's too easy to miss doing that. Yeah, we'll fill up with juice this time. And every time I get £5,000, I'm paying that off the loan. The more I pay off, the less our loan interest rates are. Stop the engine and refill. And normally I don't like seed and fuel on the farm, but for this one, as it's such a specialised attempt at playing, I'm keeping those on. Oh, and the other video I'm using, which is possibly not to everybody's taste, especially the farm sim amongst you, is Motorsport Manager, which I'm enjoying immensely. Playing with a mod, ICE 18 mod. And we're in the 4th year. I think I've just done the 6th race, I believe. Wait till we get the other end, I'll just drop the pick up again. I might as well pick that, switch it on anyway. Hopefully they would pick up some of the stuff on the corners, which, because it doesn't track exactly. To the track that, yeah, we picked up that. We haven't picked up a percentage of it, but we have picked up some. I'm not going to go over and collect every blade of grass. Yeah, it's all about motorsport management. And so again, I know a lot of you are not keen on. A lot of the food figures are going up. But as you know, I'm a little bit of a, this is what I want to play, I'm going to play it, and that's what's going on the channel type of person. Which is why I don't monetize, because I know damn well the moment I monetize, I will get the feeling that I have to do such and such. And I don't want to have to do such and such. Right, let's come and get this one right at the end here. This should be just about this strip done then, this end. So I prefer to, this is what I want to play, this is what I'm going to put on the channel. Hopefully somebody will like it. It's not booyah sucks, I don't care about the food. This is my hobby. I'm going to play, and this is what I want to play at this moment. I take it everybody has seen a stormy day video from Amazon Seasons, showing one very interesting storm. Oh, I can't wait for Seasons. I really can't. One of the reasons I haven't gone gung-ho on 19, the problem is after Soil Mod on 15, Seasons on 17, the vanilla game seems a little bit flat. I say 15, once Soil Mod came out and I learnt how to install it into the map, I didn't look back, I think everything had Soil Mod on. Same on 17 with Seasons. If it wasn't built into the map, as a lot of the later maps were, but start none were. Once I learned how to put it in, every map had Seasons. It just added so much to the map and to the game. And I'm still living in hopes that I will be amongst the chosen few to get advanced copies of Seasons, beta copies, once they start open testing. Oh, mind you, hopefully I do sense it last time was a few of us who are promoting it, getting maps, getting versions of Windows, version of Seasons, which most of the bugs have been ironed out. Not actually the latest build, but most of the bugs have been ironed out, so it worked unerringly well. Oh, for a time on 17, I was running two versions of Seasons. One which was the actual absolute latest testing beta, and one which was the promotion beta, promotion season. How are we doing now? I think what we're going to do is get this cut. I'm just going to mould this. that will be the end of this episode. I will flatten it or compact it in my own good time. I don't think you want to see me driving backwards and forwards over the bunker. Or you might do, of course, but show you put it like this, I'm not going to. Now we should fill up again on this pass. Yeah, I think I talked myself into using maypole green, going green. No small fields. Cows are actually on the farm. That was close. Well, as we say around here, that's close. Still inbuilt in me not to drive over the uncut grass where possible. Yeah. I know, silly, isn't it? I'm not going to damage it. Yeah, so I think what I'll do is off screen I will compact this, and when you come back next week, I hope to be sort of the end of spring. We'll cut the cabs and see where I'm going. I'm not using gearbox, which is a little bit of a pain. I could use the cruise controls, which I have a food set up on here. Let's see I'm going in the right direction. Well, this is going to be fun. I'm right close to the edge there. A bit close to the edge than I like to be. Never mind. Hopefully one, possibly two more trips down to the meadow. Oh yeah, part of the building green will be not using grass for silage. I'll have to use maize. All explained in the Blickling, which I'm trying to figure out where that was. I think that's the last Blickling I've done. You have to remember that I'm trying to think where I am when this is. Well, I'll make them a couple of weeks in advance, and trying to remember what I've already done and what's going out when. It's not easy for this bear of little brain. Oh, exciting news for us, especially for the wife. We're expecting the patter of tiny feet. No, not that. We went to have a look at some kittens the other day, small kittens, and we're told the rehoming centre, yes, there's 3 of them we'd love when they're ready to leave. The wife is over the moon about these things. Getting everything ready. Which means we can have a tribe of cats. 7 in total. And I think that will have to be the end for now. I don't think we're going to manage any more. But I'm as bad as the wife. I fell in love with a long-haired black scrap, who we have named Teddy, because he looks like a little teddy bear. Wife what? Another black cat, female this time. Teddy's male. Jade is female, another black, and we've got Alfie, who's a tabby and white. Rather nice, but rather nervous. Teddy isn't. He's all over you. Anyway, for those who don't care about cats, that's going to be a bit. Why did he bother to tell me that? Well, it looks like we're going to have about a 40-minute video this time. Hey, that marvelous, the most boring series of lots, and has the longest videos. Yeah, it's the way the cookie crumbles. Excuse me, I just a bit of a tickle again. I'm not very allergic to cats. That would not be a joke. Might as well just chat about how we got into cats. I always had a cat when I was a kid. Dad didn't like dogs because they were working dogs, so I wanted a pet. And this little kitten arrived when we went to see the mother of the kittens, and we picked out the one we wanted, and that was my constant companion for the next 18 years. From 10 through to 28 when poor Topsy finally had to be put down. As he'd lost all his teeth, his internal organs were in the file. And I hadn't had a cat since wife. When I met my wife, she always had dogs. And we kept on, when we got together, we kept on rescuing greyhounds and lurchers until we had bad luck. 3 of them in a 12-month period had to be put down, 2 of them young dogs. That sort of broke our hearts, and we decided, no, we shan't. We don't have any more pets. I'm afraid I weakened. It was just too damn quiet in the house. So I suggested we get a cat. Well, we ended up with first 2, then 3, then 5. And for a short period we had 6 when Ozzy the stray adopted us. The deaf stray. How are we doing now? 66%. Not that much to do, but 2 more passes. I'm guessing. Well, look at that map. There's not much more to do there. No, it looks as if it's cleaned it up quite nicely. Oh, 3 more passes. 2 on here. On everything I'm doing on this map, I'm doing it the cheapest way I can find, which is why I'm using centre mower and forage wagon. It'd be quicker if I use a triple mower setup, but I then have to rake it and still have the forage wagon. So this is the quickest, most efficient way I can think of doing it. Oh, there will be one more empty out, then back here again just to finish off. What I think I'll do is I'll take this to the bunker, this load, and we call it out. There's 2 more strips to mow now. You turn a bit more strips to mow. Now you may wonder why I dropped the mower off each time. One, it's a quick way of remembering how far I got and where exactly I am. and two, it means I haven't got quite so much of a length of a tractor and trailer to turn into the bunker. I see I've got that unit convert on there, because that's why you see things in tons and gallons and not litres and litres, of course. Everything's in litres, isn't it? I'm used to measuring solids as a weight, not as a capacity, as a volume. Get this one in. How close are we? How much we got to do here? Oh, we're 42% only. Yeah, this will be the last. I don't know, I might just, if I'm lucky, I might just get one in next to it. We'll try anyway. We've got that going to work, yes. That's it. Right, I'm going to take this back and say thank you very much for watching. If you like this show, please consider leaving a like. If you're not a subscriber, feel free to subscribe. Always happy to have you aboard. There's plenty of room for all. Guys playing with a slight twist at the I'm twisted. That's a twist. I like doing things the most difficult way. Make things hard for myself. Any comments, questions, queries, feel free to post them in the comment section of this video. I do read everyone, believe it or not. I can read. Oh, some people find it hard to believe. And as we meet up with the Mara again, ask Ma'am and saying cheerio for now. Cheerio.